Well, today we want to begin, we'll say, a series of podcasts that have nothing to do with the offer that we have been giving in the webpage of churchofgod.atwebpages.com and the rest of the platforms that we have, such as YouTube and others. We have wanted to get out a little bit of the surrounding to be able to try in some measure to interpret, understand, analyze, comprehend, we'll say, a series of occurrences, events, mystical situations, signs that have been given around the world. We cannot obviate that there is a series of information that has to be processed, differentiated, cataloged, so that it can later be explained in relation to why this series of events are taking place. Just to say something, the geopolitical surrounding in the Middle East that has been changing abruptly, that has as a consequence that a series of additional things will happen that in actuality cannot be seen. We have been waiting, for example, for the mystical Persian lion to stand up, but it has not been able to stand up. We are seeing a more fierce and combative Israel, and we have to locate it in the prophecy. We see the radical change of policy that will take place in the United States and what will happen with the arrival of Trump once again. We also have to speak about that topic. We cannot obviate the events that are taking place in some regions, in some countries, and lately in some parts like New Jersey and in other places in regard to what they call as drones. We also have to speak about that topic. There are some particularities that are occurring in the sky. There are manifestations that are also occurring in the sky. There are signs that are occurring, and that must be interpreted. As you can see, we have a framework of news and information that we need to put into context to understand what is happening, what will continue happening, and what will happen in the near future. That is why we have tried to get out of that structure that we have mounted of the podcast in relation to the studies of the scriptures in relation to some themes in particular. And today we would like to open a new podcast, a new theme that we have titled Why They Did Not Told Us Anything. Believe there is a lot of ignorance, a lot of knowledge, a lack of information. There is little information or false information that is being produced, being sent, being distributed, being delivered by a deceiving and lying media. Those are the ones we would like to expose, clear, reveal, because we consider there are a series of events that are raw material that have to be worked, transformed, and give a fruit. And to that we want to arrive. Obviously, that is not simple nor easy. It's complex, it's delicate. Because there are things that cannot be interpreted if you do not take or grasp or use mystical texts. There are things that cannot be revealed if you do not use the correct technique of the teaching and the revelation. That is to say, we have to take a series of documents, writings, books, texts, to be able to arrive to a particular truth. But why they did not told us anything? Why they have us in this deception? Why they have us in this lie? Why they have us in these fallacies? What are they hiding? What is it guarded? What is what they do not want to tell us? What will come to happen in various steps forward into the future? And to what we have to prepare ourselves and to what we have to be ready for. Believe that we will make some little contributions, we will interpret some events, we will take some news and give them the context that we consider to be the correct one, and well, definitely believe that the people, the wise, shall understand. That is a rule for us, and if the wise shall understand, so is the moment to lay hold of the great library that we have to our disposition and to begin to understand occurrences, events, facts, signs, and all of that that can illustrate and reveal us where we are heading to. We have always believed in that famous phrase of the uncertain happening of the future. And believe it is time that we put our part to start understanding each other one step at a time. Do not know how many people will be curious in relation to the vast amount of subjects that have been generated, and we consider that in the actual context of things we have to start preparing ourselves because a series of situations, of movements, of circumstances will occur that will affect the lives of many people. It will not be simple, it will not be easy, but we believe that it's time that we contribute with our grain of sand, and that we have to disclassify a series of information that we consider to be fundamental, basic, elemental for the ones that want to prepare themselves for what will occur, for what will happen, which is not a single thing, but multiple situations that will take place in actuality and in the world. Because for that purpose the signs that are occurring are being seen, which are visible for the great majority of human beings, and the one that wants to deny them is his problem. So definitely why they did not told us anything is a section that we will try to be feeding in the capacity that we have the time that we can use to dedicate ourselves, and we hope that the listeners, the ones that follow us, can understand, comprehend, interpret, and analyze events from the geopolitical standpoint, even to what has to do with the mystical and prophetical signs. So definitely we hope that in the next delivery we can have the opportunity to comment one or two topics to be able to find and give them the context that corresponds to each and every one of them. Beforehand we commit ourselves to make an extraordinary effort to gather the information, but not the information from the media, but the information from the vastness of the library in which we have and that we can access, to begin sharing with you why a situation is given in one way, how it has to be understood, what is the sense of it, why is it called in such a way, what is the perspective that corresponds to it, and to where things are heading to. So beforehand we invite you to always write us to our email, thelastchurch7, 7 in number, okay, gmail.com. You can also visit the webpage, you can leave your comments, your questions, your doubts. But we hope that this podcast that we will begin now, why they did not told us, why they did not spoke to us, why they had us deceived, serves as a reflection, analysis, and comprehension. Beforehand, we appreciate the attention given. Thank you very much.